Heaps of credibility, heaps of rapport. There are so many things that you can utilize that as in your organization and business.
I was going to add something to say to that, but I can't remember what it was now.
Is this for reasons why people don't do it? Why they don't build a personal brand?
What were you saying before that?
Come on, man. We're speaking about a lot of things.
Anyway, I think people are very fearful.
Yeah, I really do. I think that's what gets in their way more than anything else, is the fear of being on camera. Like I've met people who have like a full phobia of it. Like they start to stutter when the camera's on and can't do this.
Yeah, and I've got people who they speak perfectly well.
Yeah.
The suit hit go and all of a sudden freeze.
Yeah.
Like a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, just talk conversationally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And here's another thing.
You get better at it too, by the way. Like the more you do it.
Communicating is a skill as well.
Yeah. Yeah, get trained in it.
Yeah, get your vocabulary up. If you say the same word, if you say apparently or actually over and over and over, you know what I mean?
It's and ahs.
People pick up on that.
I used to do it. I think I used to do it a lot more than I do now. Where I used to say ums and ahs. I notice I don't do that as much in videos.
But that's comfort.
When you're saying ums and ahs?
Yeah. No, when you don't. Because you don't feel like you need to
pause.
Fill the blank.
Yeah, fill the blank, sorry.
Yeah.
A pause is better than
silently.
that. Yeah. A pause is much better than that. I've even noticed that in podcasts, listening back to episodes that we speak about, I don't say as many ums and ahs as I used to back in the day. And again, this is because we've been trained in that space.
Yeah.
But I try and figure...
A lot of episodes too, dude. Fucking...
Yeah. Yeah, we've done quite a few. Yeah, that's right. But it's also even the stage stuff too. I've always noticed again, because we'll watch footage back of when we're on stage. And again, your message just comes across... it comes across so much more impactful when you win that game as well.
When you don't...
when you're just communicating really clearly and really well. Using tonality.
Okay, so for someone who's listening to this and says, fuck, they know why I'm not making some brand stuff. Because we probably hit one of the reasons. Man, I feel like I had a reason, but I can't remember what it is.
We'll come back to it. It's all right.
All right.
We'll come back to it. So what are the reasons we should be building a personal brand?
What are they?
I'll tell you.
I started the last one.
Yeah. Money.
Money?
Money. You can make some serious coin. You could sell. I did this during COVID. A couple things I did actually. Once a week, I would jump on my company brand, not my personal brand, because back then I wasn't building personal brand as much. But just when COVID started, I jumped on and did a live video on my Pascon feed for an hour. And the engagement was fantastic. People were jumping on and watching it every single week. And there was one lady, she goes, I'm not even in, she reshared it. She goes, I'm not even in construction, but I enjoy just listening to him talk about all the things and challenges he's going through. I probably should have kept it going. You know, it would have been I think it would have been really, looking back in hindsight, I think it would have been really impactful during that time and made some traction with it.
Hindsight's a beautiful thing.
It is, absolutely. But also when I started Builder Elite, again during COVID, I did a video and it was a COVID policy that I'd put together for the company. And this is pre-ChatGPT as well, guys. So it wasn't like I went in there and said, make me a COVID policy for my employees. But I made a policy that it was, again, through my own experiences, through the information that I'd gathered, that I then did a Instagram live, I think it was on my personal brand. I think about 20, 30 people had tuned in. And then at the end of it, I said, you know what, guys? And I thought about this as I was doing it. Okay, if anyone that's interested, shoot me a DM and I go, for $200, I'll send you this policy. And I sold four policies.
How good.
I made $800 in the blink of an eye. The blink of an eye. And it's like, imagine you can capitalize on that. So $800, 4 people said, yes, I want to give you money because A, you've given me value over the course of this last 30 minutes. And B, you're a person of authority. You obviously know what you're talking about. And I'm willing to give you my money. Let's go. Now imagine you can capitalize on that and grow from there and so on and so forth. It's an opportunity for you to get more revenue in your business. And sometimes indirectly, not always directly like that. We say, hey, I've got this, buy it. But it can also be indirectly through someone's watching your videos for a year and then they go, I'm making a decision to come and build with you. I'm making a decision to do business with you. I'm making a decision to come to one of your events. and they invest their time, they invest their money.
Yeah, I definitely think that is. You reckon it's the number one?
Oh no, just 5 things.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
okay.
No, it's not a It's not a precedence. But I'd say another thing would also be is making yourself an authority. It helps in making yourself an authority in your field because you are by default probably an expert in your field if you're a business owner. Generally, you've done some push-ups to get to a position where you open up your own business. You don't finish uni, then open business.
I tell people all the time, man, people
whatever.
don't know what you know.
Yes.
Like you've got some level of a wealth of knowledge.
That's right. That's right. And, start small. Like you don't have to go in and talk about how to broker a multi-million-dollar deal. Okay? Say, this is how I got the best deal on coffee cups for my cafe. Just like something simple. I'd probably watch that.
I'd watch it too. I'd buy heaps of coffee cups.
I'd buy coffee cups and sell it to them.
Yeah.
But this is what I mean. You might be able to do a video like that. And this is how I've been able to save $5,000 a year just by changing this about my coffee cups.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Yeah, absolutely. At the very beginning, you're probably going to suck. Like, give yourself that permission to be shit. You're probably not going to be the greatest piece of content you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, and also, what's the alternative though? Like, no, these videos are the same as when I first started.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's a horrible thing.
At our last event, I actually updated the slides and I just wanted to show people, check out my very first video that I ever posted about me speaking to camera. And I remember, I look back at that and I'm like fidgeting, I'm wearing a jacket, I'm in a side office, the audio is shit, the colors aren't great, it's in red and it's like danger and it's like, it didn't look great. And then I go, check out this video. And then it's Iggy's filmed it, it's edited, it's got flashing neon signs everywhere, just like $1 Million Days neon sign. It's got different camera angles. I'm speaking clearly, I'm speaking to camera, I'm mic'd up, I'm dressed nice. And it's a real professional piece of footage. But I had to start with the shit. Don't get me wrong, someone could still watch that and get a benefit out of watching that and go, okay, yeah, I completely agree with the point of view you're saying. Or no, I completely don't. Accept the criticism too. I get people that will say, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I say, yeah, cool, I appreciate that point of view, but have you thought of this? And then often like when you don't attack them back, sometimes people are just dicks and you got to realize that too.
Yeah.
You don't attack them back and you say, hey, I appreciate your point of view, but have you thought about this?
I always attack back.
It depends how they're attacking first.
Like I was going to attack the guy who attacked someone on LinkedIn. I was gonna
You should have. It depends how they respond to the piece of content. Like if they're just being blatantly like rude and ignorant and just trying to cause like a keyboard warrior, like you get those guys. You need to be able to deal with them.
Yeah.
You're telling me you don't get difficult people in your business? Comes in a rude customer that, comes and throws in the coffee and says, this is the worst coffee from Macca's Ararat I've ever had in my life? Would they ever say something like that? I don't know.
I mean, would that ever happen? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that may or may not have ever happened.
You would only know if you
listened to this podcast. You'd only know if you were subscribed to this podcast, more importantly. Because that's actually the third thing for you to build a personal brand.
Yeah, subscribers.
Yeah, subscribe to this podcast.
Yeah.
Subscribe to this podcast because it'll help you get more subscribers because you will learn knowledge bombs and things that you can implement into your personal brand that will help your business. And yes, you can get subscribers. I've got recently, what's it called? What's it called when you subscribe on, people can subscribe to your content on Instagram? What's it called?
Subscribers.
Is that what it is? It's not some special name?
It's called subscribers.
Oh, is it cool?
Yeah.
You can subscribe to me on LinkedIn. I have zero content on there at the moment, but I'm going to do it.
All right, I'll subscribe.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, bro. $3.95 a month or a week. No, it's a month.
Do you take cash?
I'll only take cash.
Okay.
Don't EFT me. So, yeah, I haven't put any content out, but I will on that and say, cool, this is an opportunity for you to ask me questions. And all you do is pay $3.95 and I'll answer any single question you want a month. Cheaper than OnlyFans.
Are you on Manict?
No, I'm not.
What are you on?
I've just never had the urge to download it. But it was cool that time you told me Patrick Bet David responded to your question. That was really cool.
Yeah. I'm on it.
Yeah. Have you used it outside of speaking to Patrick Bet David?
I'm speaking to one other guy on it.
Yeah. Was that beneficial?
I can't remember what he said, so probably not.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've gone through 3 things, including subscribing to this podcast.
Yeah.
What's another reason why you should build your personal brand? Oh, I would say your collaboration with your company brand. Okay.
The person behind the brand.
That's right. you can have content that suits both. So for example, if you go onto my personal brand, you'll see links there for Builder Elite and Pascon. You'll see them. Hey, I am director of these two companies. If you go onto my company brands, it will link back to me as well. So you can cross collaborate between the companies and the organization. So if ever, the team ever posts a photo of me on the Pascon social media pages, they can tag me and vice versa, depending how the content goes. So there is that potential to cross collaborate. You are also, as a personal brand, worth something monetarily. If you build a strong enough personal brand, you are worth something monetarily. People can pay you to endorse their product. People can pay you to be wearing certain things or buying or being seen to use certain things. You could be sponsors. You could be, you can do associate marketing, right? So Mercedes could give you a car to drive around because of the person that you are and the influence that you have in the industry. I tried that once, actually. I spoke to a Mercedes dealer and said, hey, give me a free car and I'll do a post. I'll give you a plug.
Yeah.
I'll
tag you on my Instagram.
Yeah, but as stupid as that sounds, I was trying to do some form of collaboration with him because car dealerships do that all the time.
Dude.
I know. You think fucking Beck Judge pays for her Range Rover? No, she doesn't. She'll get that given to her as a result of her strong personal brand that she has created over the last however many years.
Does she have a big personal brand?
I believe so, yeah. She'd have hundreds of thousands of followers. I don't know how many. I don't really go on. But again, you look at Kim Kardashian. She'll do a post. She's doing a collaboration with Nike at the moment. Like, she'll make bank on that. So that's not to say you're necessarily going to go out there and become sponsored by Nike, by Bunnings, by whoever it's going to be. But it is the opportunity that will create where you can collaborate with other businesses.
700,000.
There you go. Like, that's a decent amount of followers. And obviously that brand, being Land Rover or any other brand that collaborates with her, sees the value in giving them a product for them to be associated with that person. I've had companies reach out to me before. I think it was a shoe company. I can't remember which one, like, that did work boots. And like, hey, do you want a free set of work boots? And anyone that uses your discount code, you'll get 20% off. And I was like, no, thanks for the offer, but no, not really interested at this stage. I just didn't want it. I didn't feel it. That's the thing. You can make the choice as well. If you don't feel that it's in line with what you are about as a business owner, then you don't have to do it. But how cool is that to say someone has done this, someone has come here? Our events, we get sponsors for our events now. We never used to. When we first started, when we did the very first event, how many sponsors did we have that gave us money just to be there?
Zero.
No, like zero. We've now built a brand, from a personal brand to a business brand, that have collaborated with each other, that people want to be affiliated with me and with you. Because they go, yeah, we'll sponsor this event. We'll give you X amount of dollars to be a part of this event, so we can have a banner there, so we can have a table in the corner, so we can be involved and associated with you. So on that basis alone, yes, the personal brand has directly resulted in revenue for myself and the businesses.
What about intrinsic value? Like, not something physical.
Intrinsic value. Okay, you could change someone's life.
Yes, that's a massive one.
Yeah. Like, think about, do you know who was really good at this? Rest in peace. Kerwin Ray.
Yeah.
I think Kerwin, and he did this strategically though, he put out a lot of content that wasn't business related. He put out content about how to discipline your kid, and it would get 50,000 views, 1 million views.
Yeah, but I don't see anything wrong with that, because that's what he was doing.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Like, that was his thing. He was a parent.
He was a parent, but he's appealing to the nature of, but so are 90% of the business owners out there. Like, it's a fair assumption to assume you either have kids or are going to have kids one day. And because he's on stage, it's a fucking fair assumption.
What do you reckon? What percentage of people have kids?
At least 94%. I don't know.
Minimum.
Fact check.
Minimum. Fact check.
100%. 100%. 94% of people on the planet have kids.
94% of people on the planet have kids. Can you fact check? That's what I've been told.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, like, in the sense of reaching a bigger market.
But exactly, as a result of that, because he'll also get people that are not business owners, and say you're not, say my sister sees that piece of content And then she's like, oh, my brother's a business owner. I like this photo. That's so true. And then she sends it to me. And she said, hey, check this guy out. Really cool. And they go, oh, wow. Start following. I go, wow, that's so true. I have kids. And they go, like, oh, wow, he does events. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go to one of his events. Here's $2,500.
What's that got to do with changing someone's life?
What do you mean? Oh, because of the content he put out there, perhaps it's changed my perception on how I discipline my kids. So there is a change in my life. I go, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't yell at them because that elicits a flight or fright. What's it called? Flight or fight response.
Yeah.
Maybe I should actually go, hey, come with me. Let's play a game, and I'm going to show you why that was wrong. And then they get the lesson out of it.
If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.